Have a bit of a confession. I have been obsessing over doing this lately. I have been studying newer Etsy shops. I'm talking 6 months, 8 months, maybe a year old, and really analyzing what is working for them. And I'm talking about young shops that are making already thousands of sales. And what I found has completely blown me away. And it's not for some shiny, extravagant reason. It's not for some loophole that these new shops have found. It's because what worked back in 2023 when I started my Etsy shop is still working in 2026. And that is honestly great news for all of us. It's not complicated, it's not some big secret, and it's not an algorithm hack. It has been 3 very specific things that consistently come up when studying these new and young shops that are absolutely rocking it on Etsy right now. In today's video, I'm going to be breaking down those 3 simple things that you can start implementing in your shop today. And if you stick around to the end, I'm going to share with you one thing that I see new sellers do that absolutely kills their momentum and what you should be doing instead. Hey there, welcome back. My name is Emily. I'm a mom of 2 who has built her Etsy shop to over $800,000 in revenue in about 3 years. And the best part is I started this side hustle, which has now become my full-time job, with 0 graphic design experience and 0 business experience. Now I love helping others be able to start, grow, and scale their own Etsy print-on-demand shops without the stress and without the overwhelm. Now, before I get into what I found, I want to share with you what made me so happy about the 3 things we are seeing still working for new shops. It's because, as I mentioned, these are the things that I discovered back in 2023 when I started my Etsy print-on-demand shop and scaled it to 6 figures in under 10 months. And the great news is it is still working. It is still the same things. Of course, trends evolve, products evolve, but these core principles are really key when you're in that beginning phase of your shop and trying to gain some momentum on Etsy. So whether you are brand new to Etsy and print on demand, or if you've been doing this for a bit, this all still applies to you. And the great news is these are principles and fundamentals that I still use in my own shop to this very day. Now, in my community called the Gift Lab community, we do a lot of analyzing of new shops and their success. Why is that? Because it is very important to what I like to call reverse engineer what's working for these new shops to be able to take those lessons and apply it to our own shops. And in the Gift Lab community, we are constantly doing that so that newer and younger sellers can understand where are the gaps in the market. Now, before we jump into any of this, I do want to make it very clear. When you are studying shops on Etsy, it is incredibly important that we never ever copy what they're doing. But what we're looking for are patterns. We're looking for what strategies are they using, what overarching ideas are they using, concepts, and how can we implement that into our own shops. And that's what we do a lot in the Gift Lab community. And I'm going to share a bit of that with you today. Now, if you haven't seen this video here before, I talk about why this idea of looking at young shops is so important in your Etsy research. Using the Everbee tool makes it so easy because you can easily filter by shop age. All right, let's dive in. We're going to be using Everbee and Etsy to show us what is working in these new shops on Etsy. The first thing I see every successful new young shop do on Etsy is kind of a boring one, but it is having focus. Not a variety, not doing a little bit of everything, but truly focusing on one product or focusing on one niche and going all in. So let me show you what this actually looks like with a couple examples. All right, look at this shop. This shop is only 4 months old on Etsy and they have made over 2,000 sales. And they have truly just stuck to one product type. And in this case, that is candles. And you can see they have gone all in on candles and they have focused just their entire energy and effort into listing candles. Now, as I mentioned, I use the Everbee extension to be able to analyze these shops a little bit more in depth and see what's working for them. So if we click on Analyze Shop, we are able to pull up a lot of information about this shop, what their products are, how many sales they're having, what that revenue looks like. And this is truly helpful to be able to figure out exactly what is working in this shop. We can also see what products have a total number of sales, total reviews, and that is going to give us good insight into what niches are working for this brand new seller and what we can learn from them. But as we could see here, they have just committed to one product. Now, why is this so helpful? Every print on demand product has its own nuances. So when you're listing a candle, that process is going to look very different than if you're listing t-shirts or mugs. Every product is going to have to come with figuring out your pricing, figuring out your mockups, figuring out your keywords. And if you're dabbling in mugs and you're dabbling in t-shirts and you're dabbling in candles, you don't honestly become an expert in any of them. So what this shop has done so well in just 4 months is become an expert in candles and really nail down what customers are looking for with this product type. And here's another example of a relatively younger shop as well. And they are focusing on blankets. And again, you can see they have really nailed down this idea of what customers want in these woven blankets. And that is going to take them so much further than dabbling in 10 different print on demand products. And one of my community members put it so perfectly. She said she had been doing this for about 2.5 years and completely had squirrel brain. Guilty here also. But in that 2.5 years, she had just dabbled in a lot of different things. And studying shops like this reminded her that having that focus, picking one product, focusing on one niche at a time really does work and it really does pay off. All right, so moving on to the second thing that I am seeing work for new shops on Etsy, and that is keeping the designs simple. Now, I know many of us think when we get into this that we have to be professional graphic designers, but the great news is we do not. And there are new shops on Etsy making amazing sales who are showing us every single day that you can keep it simple and make sales on Etsy. So here is an incredible example of keeping it simple, but still connecting with buyers and making really great sales. This shop here is about a year old and has over 3,000 sales. And you can tell from their designs that they are keeping it incredibly simple, mostly text, often just black text, and they are keeping these designs just more focused on the words rather than creating these really ornate graphic designs. And even for the ones that do have graphics on them, it's usually just one graphic and something that keeps it really simple and straightforward. And the other part of this number 2 thing that's really working for new sellers is also keeping your mockups consistent. So this is keeping your overall graphics, your design, your mockups really consistent and not overthinking it. You can see here that they are using the same exact mockup over and over again. It's a high quality mockup. It matches what customers are looking for, and it's just simple, right? And so they are really hitting the nail on the head with this. Simple graphic, consistent, simple mockups that perform well. Now, here is another shop just to show you kind of, again, using consistent mockups over and over again is okay. And it provides some kind of uniformity to your shop that is helpful for buyers in case they do come into your shop and are looking for other products. So you can see here that they are kind of using these consistent mockups, keeping it simple, keeping it easy, and really hitting the nail on the head. And what's incredible about this shop is they are only 6 months old and they have over 3,500 sales. So they are clearly figuring something out here and doing something really well. So if you were ever questioning, can I use the same mockup? Can I keep my design simple? I hope these shops are a great example to show you why that is. All right, and moving on to the third thing I am seeing these new shops do really well, and that is really nailing the template idea and not starting from scratch every time they go to design. Now, in last week's Coffee and Cha-chings, I talked about how this template method was so key to me growing and scaling my Etsy shop, because what it means is that you're not starting from scratch every time you sit down to design. And there are a few shops that I found that are doing really, really well with this. So this shop here is about a year and a half old, and they have over 10,600 sales, which is incredible on Etsy. And you can see here with some of these designs that they have taken the same exact design and just changed it a little bit for a different listing. For example, they have a 70th birthday kind of new chapter journal here. Then they changed it for 21, and then they changed it for 60th. You can see they have a wedding planning journal, and then they've used the design to create more of a general journal. They have a letters to heaven journal, and then they've also changed it to then be letters to my daughter, or even things my student said for teachers. So you can see in this case, they aren't reinventing the wheel every time they sit down to design. They are taking an idea that either has performed well or is on trend or they feel like could do well, and then they've applied it to these different niches or customers or tweaked it in a way for a different occasion. And you can see, again, going back to point two, these are very simple. They're using the same mockup over and over again. So they are really doing a lot of the things that we talked about really well. And again, also focusing or having a really strong focus on journals also. Here is another shop as well that is 8 months old with over 4,000 sales. And they are also using this template method. So you can see that they are absolutely leaning into this definition, trend, and design. You can see they've applied it to new chapter, boss lady, difference maker, et cetera, et cetera. And they're using these different ideas, but then they're just tweaking them and changing them. And that is what is so helpful, especially when you are just starting out. And here is the thing. This is exactly what I figured out back in 2023 when I was studying successful shops. And if you have not built in studying young successful shops into your research routine, here is your sign to do that, because this is so key. And again, I shared in this video here how I use the Everbee extension to be able to find these shops really easily and then be able to study them and reverse engineer what is working for them. Again, we're talking about fundamentals. We're talking about kind of looking for those patterns that are working for these successful young shops. So we have broken down the 3 things that are working really well for new shops. Number 1 is really having a focus, particularly on a product or a niche at a time, because this is going to make you an expert in how to list that product. Number 2 is keeping it simple and consistent and high quality with designs and mockups. Not feeling like you have to have a different mockup for every listing and not feeling like you have to create these complex graphic designs for your products. And the third one is using the template method, not reinventing the wheel every time you sit down to design for your Etsy shop. Now, at the beginning of the video, I shared that I would tell you, if you stuck around, what is slowing most new sellers down and what you can do instead. And the reality is it's trying to do too many things at once. Multiple product types, multiple niches, constantly trying to chase the next trend or the next design idea. Every single shop that I shared with you today and that I have studied and analyzed is doing these things that we talked about today consistently. You can tell from these shops that they did not pivot every 2 weeks. And of course, if things are not working after a certain amount of time, yes, you may want to reconsider. You may want to figure out where to go next, of course. But it is important that you at least get in, commit, learn how to create your listings, learn how to design, really give it 110%. And if your research or your shop takes you in a different direction over time, of course, that is natural and that is going to happen. But when you are first getting started, you are learning so much. You're learning how to design, how to list, what SEO is. You're learning what Etsy is looking for, what buyers are looking for. That is like juggling 15 different things at one time. And on top of that, if you're then trying to do that for 5, 6, 7 different product types and 10 different niches, that is going to feel like an impossible load. So, as much as we can focus, that is going to help you in the long run. The great news is these are not complicated strategies, and these are things that have consistently been working for print on demand sellers on Etsy over the last several years. And if you can commit to doing all three, I think you will be so pleasantly surprised with the results. So I would love to know, are you following these strategies in your shop, or which one do you feel like you need to start implementing today? And of course, if you want any support in implementing this, come join us in the Gift Lab community, because that's where we are breaking down these shops, studying product types, trends, what's working on Etsy for new sellers every single day. And you can find that link in the show notes below. The best part is you do get 7 days free to make sure that it's a right fit for you. And if you are looking for weekly tips and strategies on how to grow your shop without the stress, don't forget to hit like or subscribe below. My name is Emily, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.